So, what we're gonna do is probably use selective focus. Actually, let's bring up hiding. Climbing can wait a little longer, I think. Again, Nida's adventure is a lot more complicated. My notes are a mess because they break off into different branches. So, we'll figure that out, hopefully. And we will bring up hiding for now. While on patrol, you notice a basket lying on a bench. Its contents are covered by a piece of fabric. You peek underneath the fabric and notice the basket is full of candy. You look around for its owner, but you don't see anyone nearby. You find it hard to believe someone would have forgotten a basket of candy. Then again, the basket could be bait for a trap. Leave the basket alone. Architecture, it must be lost, so play around with it. What? Observation, examine the basket. Oh, wow. Pure luck, try a piece of candy. That's a terrible idea. Ethics, turn the basket of candy over to a professor. Observation. You've seen a basket of candy like this before. In fact, you've seen baskets like this all over campus. This leads you to believe someone within the Academagia's walls has left it here. Certainly good news, and it certainly relaxes you enough to think clearly about this problem. Let's go with ethics. Turn the basket of candy over to a professor. That is the correct thing to do. We're not like our parents, the pirates, stealing candy. That would be crude. As luck would have it, Professor Maciotti, who is the athletics teacher, and I believe the Godina's headmaster, might be wrong on that, is walking across campus, and he's with a very nicely dressed woman. The couple is smiling and giggling, and their arms are interlocked. You interrupt and tell the professor you found this basket of candy. The professor is extremely grateful that you have returned his date's gift. Apparently, the couple was so involved in their conversation, they forgot all about the candy. Professor Maciotti lauds your honesty before returning to his walk. We learned a lot of stuff in botany. A bunch of lore, it seems. So again, if you wish to read, it's there for you. We learned about a catalog, which seems to be parchment and ink, which I don't know if that's useful to us. In athletics, we learned about amplify, which increases listen and insight. And in glamour, you have added colorblind to yourself, which is a spell that decreases a bunch of things. Wow. It's not even like their fighting ability. It's like creative stuff, forge jewelry, a chant, that's kind of a dick move. Okay, hide is level 5. You just have to bring it up to level 7 and we're good. We have learned about deceptions from the text Old Times Tale. And we also increased our danger sense, which is a useful skill probably. Lambert competed, Piccolo competed. You temporarily increased your ethics skill by 2, and you have increased the relationship between myself and Leo Maciotti. So that's good. Let's see. Evelyn did not succeed at study. Netta did not succeed at study. And Prudence did not succeed at study. Great. Silk hung out. Who cares? I really don't care about people who's not in my clique right now. There's just so many names on that list. Okay, I'm going to continue doing climb. Because we're at 5, 6, 7. Thursday, maybe we'll just rest. Friday, I'm going to do a spell to increase something. And then Saturday, we can start doing the next Avalon adventure. So that's what I'm thinking right now. Want spy and hide. You're walking along minding your own business when suddenly an alarm goes off. Startled, you freeze. A giant that towers 4 feet over you appears, a mallet in his hands. "You puny one," he says, pointing at you with the mallet. "You answer riddle, or me squash you." You look around startled. Where did he come from? Giants don't just appear randomly. "Here is riddle. You have small box, made of sticks. Inside box, you have egg. You must get egg from box without breaking either. Also, you must make 2 new substances in process. You answer good, and I don't smash. He grins broadly and hoists the mallet. This must be some sort of joke, right? Is this a riddle? Because it sounds more like a math problem. Take your chances with the mallet and run for it. No. Persuasion. You tell the giant that you know the answer, but before you can tell him, he must wait for you to formulate it properly. Observation. Just where did the giant come from? Wit. Give the giant an answer. Observation. If we're going to be a detective, we need to have good observational skills. Maybe there is something around here that can get you out of this bind. You decide to take a precious moment to look around. You take a quick look around and see a figure in the distance running towards you. He seems to be waving his hands. I'm assuming that gives me a boost to persuasion, seeing that nothing else went up. So let's go with that. This not in Grog's memory, the giant says, looking confused. You insist that he must be patient, and within seconds, a figure in the distance appears. As he comes to a halt before you, trying to catch his breath, you realize he's a professor. My apologies, he examines out of breath. It's a prototype for a festival in town. It's a riddle giant. Of course, the mallet wouldn't actually hurt you, but we're still working out the bugs. Why even bring out the mallet in the first place? You give him a faint smile. Thank you for finding it, he adds, rummaging around in his pockets. Here, take this for your trouble. The teacher hands you a scroll. Inside are the themes to a very powerful illusion spell. Awesome. Sure. This seems random, but sure. Also, was the giant a robot? I think the giant was a robot. Okay. Fantasy robots. Fun. Okay, one more bring up for hide, and we're done with it. We learn Prophecy of the Walking Voice. There, that's the whole thing. If you wish to read. You have learned about Screen, which is a Screen grants the spell cloak effect at 5%. Its difficulty level is 3. I don't really know what that means. Whatever. And we've increased your Serenity skill by 1. You temporarily increase your chance of success by 33. And you have added 1 major illusion scroll to yourself. Okay. So we can study that on one of our days. Cool. Let's see. Prudence did not succeed at use practice music. Casper, Mel, Crestel, Lambert, Silk, Tabin, Netta did not succeed at study. Evelyn succeeded at using try to solve the block puzzle. One last day to bring up hiding. That scroll is kind of screwing us over, so if I get rid of this maybe? No. So probably something on here is also in the way, but all this is good stuff, so I don't want to get rid of it. What's this? Okay, we can get rid of that, put that in our hand. That should be fine. I don't think we were using that Imperial thing anyway. Bye, hide, and Wednesday. Let's see, we learned some storytelling and dialectic. We learned Song of Perfection, which is some lore, I'm assuming. We brought up our hide skill to 7 and have added lesser camouflage to yourself. Alright. Seems to give me set obscurity, which I assume brings up something. I don't know. I don't see myself using these spells anyway. I mean, if they're in easy difficulty, actually. Maybe. Yeah, we'll deal with that later. Let's see. Tallulah succeeded at competing. Duran competed. And we apparently lost study of the Library of Longshade. Don't believe it. Casper, Netta did not succeed at study. Lambert, Prudence did not succeed at study. Tabin, Evelyn did not succeed at study. Terrible students. Or bad AI trying to do something wrong. Okay, so let us go to trial and error, I think it's called. It's been a while since we had to check out a item. Ah, there it is. And we're going to use that on the major illusion scroll and see what happens. You are in the market area looking for a new quill, your last one having been carried off by a pair of white mice. Why? It's crowded and you barely have any elbow room to speak of. Walking down the street, you see an older gentleman and try to let him pass, knowing full well to be courteous to your elders, at least in public. Okay. At this moment, a child around 8 or 10 years old squeezes through you both, rushing through. How rude! Suddenly the man pats his pockets, then points to the child, crying something about thief. Ignore the disturbance and keep walking. No. We are an honorary member of the militia. We are going to capture this thief. Observation. A good detective always observes. Take a closer look to see what's really going on. What's a young child like that stealing in the middle of a busy intersection? Curious. You take a second look around and suddenly notice that there are many more kids on the street. Many of them are unsupervised to boot. Perhaps these kids are working together to distract people for the sole purpose of stealing their wallets. But why? Are they hungry orphans? Or are they just being used by some insidious adult? Maybe you should help them. Maybe. Bluff, distract the marks, help the kids. It's blue though. And children are kind of not great. I think I'm better off tackling a child than helping them. Is it wrong of me to think that? Part of me just wants to tackle a child. Another part of me wants to see if this is some kind of weird smuggling ring that I can dismantle because I am the greatest honorary militia member / detective, future detective of all time. Or I can tackle a child. I'm very close to flipping a coin, but I am gonna bluff, distract the marks, and help the kids. And hopefully not helping them steal, helping them by getting them out of the life of crime. I hope. You feel uneasy helping someone lose their hard-earned money, but somehow you feel even more uneasy leaving children on the street to go without substance. Damn it. No matter what their motive, your eyes meet with the child's and you nod your head. You turn and start to talk with the old man, pretending not to notice his distress. The topic, the trouble with taxes, this baffles him, serving to distract him long enough for the kid to get away. He nods his head back to you in appreciation before disappearing into the crowd. You then cut the conversation short and head to the school before the authorities arrive. Not wanting to be questioned, besides, you're not sure you really want to know if you did the right thing or not. Okay, I really wish it instead went into me, I don't know, chasing the kid down and saying, what's going on, but whatever. That's how I assume helping the kid was, but whatever. I should have just tackled the kid. I feel bad, man. Tackling the kid was the obvious answer. Okay, we learned nothing in school. We succeed at using trial and error. This rolled up scroll contains a major illusion glamour. Using it will increase one's glamour methods by 3 for 4 days, but then its powers are drained. Oh, interesting. There's a recipe, so if I ever wanted to remake this, I could, but we don't really get much money being the black sheep of the family, so probably not worth doing. Glamour methods. I wonder if I need that for anything. Probably not, our glamour's pretty good, but I'll probably throw that in the wardrobe and hopefully not forget about it if we do need it in the future. So, let's see. You increase your playfulness by 1. You have learned about exaggerated, which I assume is a theme. Increase playfulness and storytelling. And undercover, which increases COS at sneaking action. You increase your coordination skill step by 1. You have learned about thoughts of the many, which is some lore. And you have learned about jitters, which is a theme that decreases command and leadership. So, terrible theme, unless I want to use it on someone else, and why would I ever want to do that? Casper, Silk, Evelyn, rested. Prudence, rested. Netta did not succeed at study.